Alright, so welcome back, guys, and welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here at Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going over some news regarding the Power Rangers comics. Now, today I'm going to be talking about a new upcoming comic called Power Rangers Drakkon's New Dawn. Now, if Power Rangers is something you're interested in, or the Power Rangers comics is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you're missing more Power Rangers news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Synopsis for this book reads: after the shocking events of Power Ranger Slayers number 1, Kimberly is determined to purge the terrifying hold that Drakkon has had over her world, starting with Deadlock, the prison where Drakkon held all those who opposed him. But even the Ranger Slayer has no clue the true power kept in Deadlock, and when unlocking the doors will set in motion. As Kimberly investigates the worst of Drakkon's secrets, she sets in motion Drakkon's final plan, one that will pit her against a fan favorite Power Rangers villain like never before. Now, this is very exciting and very interesting. I actually haven't read the Ranger Slayer one-shot comic, so I can't give too many predictions here. I'm gonna hopefully try to get it done by the time the book comes out, but I am very excited to see what goes on here. I think Drakkon probably is one of course, fan favorite villains of the Power Rangers franchise right now. Overall, we've had a lot of great villains over the course of Power Rangers history, but I think this one probably is one of the most fan favorites. And I think it holds true even more the fact that even in the Legacy line, they made a Drakkon figure and they're making another one. So I think that just proves how big of a character he is. I'm very excited to see what this series will do for the character and what it will expand upon and what we'll see more of from this character. Again, this is only a short comic. It's only 3 issues, so I think that's well done. I don't think you need much more than that. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like when you have it compounded into just a 3-issue comic, it does better instead of dragging things out. The only issue is that things might be rushed, which would be a downside to the comic. I don't want to see things rushed or anything, but I do think that keeping a lid on it is a positive thing. Let's just hope they didn't, put a lid on it for too short. I mean, maybe a 5-issue comic might have been better, I think, but probably it could work with a 3-issue comic. Again, I think that 5 issues might have been better, but we'll just have to wait and see what the story holds for us once we get the book. And again, I think this is a very good idea. I think that this idea of having these single comic stories for characters is very good idea. I think, like I said before, the Power Rangers comics is probably the top and high point of the Power Rangers franchise right now. I mean, Beast Morphers was a good season, and there's rumors going around about the live action Power Rangers show, but right now we do need a win right now for Power Rangers, and I think that the comics is our biggest win right now. We had the end of the Go-Go Power Rangers run, and now we just got the main story, and I do think that they'll want to expand upon that. And I think they could do that with these like short one shots or short stories. I think that could very well work. Like, say they do a 5-issue story regarding one villain or one of our heroes, maybe the Omega Rangers, something like that. I think that'd be a very cool idea. I think that there's a lot of possibility with the Power Rangers comics, especially since they explore areas that we've never seen before in the show. And I think they could even take other teams, and I've said this multiple times before, and turn different seasons into comics. And like I said, I know that MMPR is probably the biggest staple of Power Rangers and the one that probably makes the most money, but I think there's no reason not to take another season of Power Rangers. Take like Time Force or RPM, some of the bigger, better seasons that people look highly upon, and turn them into stories. I think, especially with Time Force and RPM, there's so many different stories that they could tell. Like RPM, they could go into what happened after they left the dome, and with Time Force, they could do multiple stories about the future and do prequels to the story or a sequel to the story once it ended. I think there's so many possibilities. SPD is another possible where you could do stories there, like the prequel or sequel to the show. There's so many options with these series that they haven't even hit that they could easily do. And like I said, I know MMPR is probably the most profitable season that they can do and the one that they have done the most. But I do think, if they look at some of the other areas that they could tap into, other potential that they could do, there's no telling what they could do. And like I said, they could even expand upon some of the not so good seasons and do stories there, make something positive that might reflect good on the worst seasons of Power Rangers. I think that there's so many options here, and I mean we already seen like different one shots with the Soul of the Dragon, the Psychopath, and now this. I think there's so many things that they could do here with Power Rangers that again they haven't even tapped the full potential that they could be doing right now, and I think that the comics again is something people can look upon and see Power Rangers is still relevant. Power Rangers is still something that's growing strong and positive. And again, like I've said this in multiple of my other videos regarding Power Rangers. Power Rangers has been at a low point for the past decade in regards to the live action TV show. But like I've said too, Beast Morphers was a very good improvement, and I'm hoping that Dino Fury continues on with that. And there have been rumors going around that Dino Fury might be the last live action season due to, Hasbro cutting off the connections with Toei. So we don't know what's going to happen with the live action show. But the comics right now are where Power Rangers is really shining, and I'm really excited to see what they have for us moving forward. And I think this is a good idea to take these different characters, and I think Drakkon is probably one of the best options we got, especially seeing as, like I said, he's a huge fan favorite villain, and they could even do more of these stories with different villains from the PR universe. I mean, there's so many different possibilities here. We got years of different villains that they could do. And especially with the seasons where the villains weren't very well expanded upon, they could easily use a comic like this to expand more on the villain side of the story. And I think that'd be a cool thing to do. We always see the heroes and the good guys side and expand on their stories, but I think it'd be cool to expand more on the villain side. And I think that could be something that they do here with this comic. And I think that if this does good, I think that they should maybe start expanding upon both the heroes and the villains in the comic form. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about this news and this comic in the comment section down below, and give me any predictions you might have for the story in the comment section down below. So yeah guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding the upcoming new Power Rangers comic, Power Rangers Drakkon's New Dawn. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way don't miss more Power Rangers news from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the best section on my YouTube channel. As always, it's been Vision here with Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.